Now we're gonna draw a new sketch. So we're gonna go to OnShape and create a new document, and we're gonna remember your name and your surname. So I'll just put name, surname. So your name, comma, space, surname, and we're gonna call this one Block80, and you're gonna create okay that, and you're gonna create a sketch that's called Block80. And when you start, remember our first task is to go to millimeters. So you click on your document drop down there, workspace units. It will go to, every time it will be by default on inch, so you're just going to go to millimeters and give that a green tick. Now you don't have to, but I like to hide these planes. So we'll if your plane turns orange, you can just right click on it and hide it. You can hide multiple planes at the same time, but I'll just go slow with this one. Then we're going to choose our sketch icon, and we'll select that plane that we want to sketch on. Choose your rectangle tool, your corner rectangle tool, move to your origin and just start drawing a rectangle there at random size. Then you go back to your measurement tool, grab this line, change that to 80 mils. So I'll change that to 80 mils, enter on your keyboard, grab this line, pull it away and backspace and 80 mils there and enter that. Then this is still a flat bit of a flat shape like a piece of paper. Now we're going to go to our extrude tool, and we want to extrude it 50 mils, 80 mils I mean. So we're going to go 80 mils, and then you're going to give that a green tick. So what I've created now is a little block. So if you use your scroll of your mouse, you can scroll back in. Now this block is 80 by 80 by 80 by 80, so all the lines will be 80 mils. Then we're going to have to sketch. I want to cut a hole right through the block, so I'm going to sketch. I'm going to choose the top plane on to sketch on first. Then I'm going to choose my circle tool, and I want to get it right in the center. So I'll just use my line tool quickly, and I'll go and I'll draw diagonal lines. So from one corner to another one, and then from this corner to that line I'll draw a diagonal line. So diagonal lines always gives you the center of something. So if you've got a piece of wood or a piece of material and you want to find the center quickly, just draw 2 diagonal lines from each corner. Then we're going to grab our circle tool, put that in the middle of our 2 diagonal lines, click on that, go to the measuring tool, make this 80 mils, so 40 mils I mean. So we're going to make that 40 mils and enter on your keyboard. Now there's a scissor tool here, that's the same as an eraser. So you grab the scissor tool and we'll just erase the lines that we don't need. So we need to erase those diagonal lines that we made to get our center point. Now I want to drill a hole right through, or cut a hole right through my material. I'm going to go to the extrude sketch. Now it comes up with 50 mils there, but what you can do is it says new, add and remove. We want to remove material, we don't want to add material. So if I click on the remove and I grab that arrow and pull it all the way down my sketch and give it a green tick, I will drill a hole right through the sketch. So here on your camera options, you can click on the camera options and we can go to our isometric view, or we can go just to the top view to make sure that we've cut right through. And we'll go back to our isometric view, and now I want to make a hole right through on this side. So what I'll do, I'll just click on this side, I'll go back to sketch, click on the side again, choose my circle or my line tool first, draw my diagonal lines from this corner down to that corner. If you want to make it easier on yourself as well, click on this plane and you'll get a right view right from the front. So we'll go and draw a line diagonally there as well, and like I mentioned in the first diagonal line, that's our center point now. So we'll click on our center, we'll draw a circle, we'll go to our measuring tool, choose 40 mils. So I'm gonna backspace that, put 40 mils in there and enter. Now I've got a hole that's 40 mils, so I'll go back to my scissor tool, which will act as an eraser. So I'll just erase all the lines I don't need by clicking on them. They'll just disappear. As you can see, while clicking on the lines, they just disappear. Now I want to cut through that as well. So my extrude tool, and instead of adding, I'm going to try and remove. So I'll click on the circle there and I'll remove. I'll just choose my circle and I'll remove, and I can just make this 80 mils. and click on the green tick there, and now I've got a hole of 80 mil. So if we look at an isometric view of it again, I've got a hole there, I've got a hole right through to the bottom there, and a hole right through here. So now I'll click on this side, my front plane, and I'll start again. I'll do my diagonal line, so sketch and line tool, and then I'll go from this corner right to that corner, and then I'll just draw a line from there to there. Now you'll see the line will keep on drawing. Easy way is to just press escape and it will stop drawing that line. Now I'm going to draw in my circle right there. I'm going to change that to go to this dimension tool, change that to 40 mils as well, so backspace 40 mils and enter. Now I'm going to go back to my scissor tool, get rid of the lines I don't need. So I'll get rid of all the lines I don't need, and then I'm going to cut right through it. So I'll go back to my extrude tool. Instead of adding material, I want to remove material. I want to make it 80 mils. So I'll just click on that 25 mil there, backspace that, make it 80 mils, and enter. Now if I go back to my isometric view, I can just see that I've got holes right through each one. And now, as one of the other tools that I want us to get used to is the fillet tool. Now the fillet tool will just make my corners round. It's set on 5 mils. Change that to 1 mil, and then on each line you click, it will fillet that line by 1 mil. If you see the fillet is not big enough, you can change that. So maybe I'll make that 4 mils, and then if I click on this, it will fillet it 4 mils. I'll click on that one, so I'll go back to my fillet tool, make sure I'll change that back to 4 mils, and then I'm going to click on all the lines I want to fillet. So you can go through your whole sketch and click on all the lines you want to fillet, and that will give you a nice fillet on all the lines. Fillet is basically the finishing off of a line. So when you've got a working on a piece of material, you always want to kind of sand the ends a bit around, and that's what fillet does for you as well. So I'll just have a look here. So we've filleted all the corners and all the holes, and that's basically our first exercise. Have a go at this, see if you can do it. Remember, 80 by 80, the holes are 40 mils, and you can fillet more. You can fillet those lines there as well. So if you go back to your fillet tool, you can go change the fillet dimension to 4 mils, and then I can fillet those insides as well if I want to, like the way that where the holes meet each other, and then give it a green tick, and it will fillet basically everything on our little sketch. So have a go at this exercise and stop and rewind, and if you have a struggle, please try again. Or if you press Ctrl Z on your keyboard, it takes you one step back. So Ctrl Z is one step back, or here on the top there's a back arrow like on a Word document.